Every time I think of you, I always catch my breath, and I'm still standing here, and you're miles away, and I'm wondering why you left. And there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight. I hear your name in certain circles, and it always makes me smile. I spend my time thinking about you, and it's almost driving me wild. And there's a heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what I might say, there's a message in the wire, and I'm sending you this signal tonight. You don't know how desperate I've become, and it looks like I'm losing this fight. In your world, I have no meaning, though I'm trying hard to understand. And it's my heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say. And there's a message that I'm sending out like a telegraph to your soul. And if I can bridge this distance, stop this heartbreak overload, I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say, I ain't missing you. I ain't missing you. I can lie to myself, and there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say, ain't missing you. I ain't missing you. I ain't missing you. I can lie to myself. Ain't missing you. I 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 ain't missing you. Ain't missing you. Oh no. No matter what my friends might say, I ain't missing you. Every time I think of you, I always catch my breath, and I'm still standing here, and you're miles away, and I'm wondering why you left. And there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight. I hear your name in certain circles, desperate I've become, and it looks like I'm losing this fight. In your world, I have no meaning, though I'm trying hard to understand. And it's my heart that's breaking down this long distance line tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say. And there's a message that I'm sending out like a telegraph to your soul. And if I can bridge this distance, stop this heartbreak overload, I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say, I ain't missing you. I ain't missing you. I can lie to myself, and there's a storm that's raging through my frozen heart tonight. I ain't missing you at all. Since you've been gone away, I ain't missing you. No matter what my friends say, ain't missing you. I ain't missing you. I ain't missing you. I can lie to myself. Ain't missing you. I 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 ain't missing you. Ain't missing you. Oh no. No matter what my friends might say, I ain't missing you. Every time I think of you,